Welcome to Vegas, welcome to MGM Resorts International, and welcome to one of the most stunning restaurants in the world. Today I'm talking to Kelly McGuire, MGM's recently appointed Senior Vice President of Revenue Management. Kelly holds a PhD in Revenue Management, is author of 2 books, and the only person who knows how to rap about pricing.
Pay attention, here's the thick of the plot. I dropped that bar rate right on the spot, and that's when I saw this beautiful citywide hawk, and I checked my market mix and I did some room blocking.
Kelly had a special treat for me and invited me for a glass of wine to Picasso, a 2-star Michelin restaurant at the Bellagio Hotel with a reported $100 million worth of paintings on the wall. She insisted that we sit at the exact same table as Julia Roberts and George Clooney in the movie Ocean 11, facing the famous Bellagio fountains. With the scene set appropriately, nothing stood in the way of a riveting, unconstrained conversation. One of Kelly's high-priority items is the upgrading of MGM's revenue management technology, which for an organization of MGM's size is quite a considerable undertaking. We started our conversation about what that means for her and her team.
To me, I'm setting everyone's expectations at just that we're going to get that value from it being watching 24/7 and these hundreds of thousands of decisions that need to be made every day. The 80%, it's really taking care of that.
Right.
And then we're focused on the 20 that it and teaching the system what we know that it doesn't know.
Yeah.
And this is my philosophy about revenue management systems in general, analytics systems in general, right? They're the R2D2s. They're the co-pilots.
The workhorse.
Yeah, they're the workhorse. They're taking, they're the droids. They're taking the burden of the routine off of your analysts so that they can stay focused on doing what they do best. Yeah. And so that's what I want out of the system. Doing the rows and columns stuff. Yeah. It's not that fun of a job. And I keep saying to them, guys, my whole goal is to take, well, okay. But I mean, there's only so much of that you can take. And as you evolve in your career, right, you get up to that director level and you just, there's a point at which you've learned everything you can learn from that. And it's time to be a strategist. And I think what's exciting about this, what we're positioning with the team is, look, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you a tool that gets you out of that manual, day-to-day kind of crappy stuff and lets you focus on the interesting stuff, lets you have room to breathe. And
Kelly oversees 41,000 rooms and $2 billion in annual rooms revenue alone. That means a lot of revenue management decisions. It is clear that without sophisticated revenue management technology, that's a lot of work. I like her comparison with the RMS being the R2D2. Taking over 80% of tasks that can be automated so her team can focus on the 20% where they can make a real difference.
So we're generating a lot of excitement now. Obviously it's going to be up to me to deliver the system that is their partner, right? And
that is going to be
give them the tools
right?
that they need, right? So that's, But I think in the end, if you set that expectation with the team, and I think most of our philosophy really is the job of the revenue manager and the job of the revenue management system are not the same. Yeah. So you've got this decision support tool, but the decisions are still ultimately, and the strategy is still ultimately on the revenue manager. But let's give them the freedom to set the strategy, execute the strategy, and evaluate the success of it.
Yeah, revenue leaders have limited time to do their job. Revenue management systems are not built to replace revenue managers. They're built to enable the revenue leaders to help them generate the best possible outcome for their business. In turn, enabling them to become strategists instead of data crunchers.
Yeah, and using the best data that they can get.
Yeah, that's right.
In the cleanest format and most efficiently, right?
Well, sounds so easy when you say it, Klaus, I mean, come on.
That's why I'm the evangelist.
Yeah, you see, right? I know. You see me take an extra sip of wine after you talk about clean data.
And while a transformational project like implementing sophisticated new technology takes some time, there are a lot of things that can be done to get the organization ready.
We're doing a lot of work in the short term to improve access to data, to implement some visualizations that really help to tell the story and help us communicate our story to our stakeholders. Yeah. And there's a lot of quick wins between then and now. And my philosophy has always been, wait until, we're not going to wait until
you have the perfect scenario, right?
It's
never perfect.
It's never perfect. So get started with what you have and, get started with the data that's good. Yeah. Then clean up the next round and what would you want to add to that. So, you work through that as well.
One of the most important jobs of any leader is to impact the right change. Kelly shared with me how she's working within a very large company to get the organization aligned behind their revenue technology strategy.
Within the team, there's a lot of preaching to the converted.
Right.
you know, or preaching to the choir. So, you know, because they're feeling the pain day to day, and you pitch stuff the right way, and get everyone involved. A lot of what I'm having to do is sell and explain to the stakeholders around, you know, as well. And there is there's a lot of excitement. You know, a lot of the property level folks, of course, have come from all around hospitality. They know what this thing does, but you know, there's executives that have never come in contact with an RMS before. Our marketing department, our events department, the restaurant guys, they all want to know, is this going to make our jobs easier, better, faster? So that's another, you know, piece of the job that I love, that I've always loved, which is how do you evangelize the value of analytical decision making, whether it's the RMS or anything else, broadly, and get kind of people on board and understanding and trusting. So it's a tool that's going to be leveraged by my department, but the impacts will be felt across the organization. Giving people the right language when you're trying to translate some of these complex topics that we deal with every day into terms that people, you know, that really inspire and that they understand. And at every step up, you got to figure, so I'm giving you my elevator pitch, and then you got to put this into your broader elevator pitch about everything you're going to talk to these folks about. And then the next level up has to do that. So how do you synthesize the message clearly so that the value comes out? Which is a skill that in revenue management we need. I'm looking at the camera now. We need to always practice. So I'm still honing my craft there, okay? No evangelist next to me agrees with that one.
as Sherry says, geeks that can speak, right?
The job of the revenue manager and the job of the revenue management systems are not the same. A revenue management system is not just a revenue management tool, it's an organizational tool. And how do you get something people will trust? In short, how do you evangelize internally across all stakeholders? That is the role of a true revenue leader. I am grateful for Kelly to have shared some of her insights as she's undertaking this next step on MGM's revenue optimization journey. Watch out for part 2 of my conversation with Kelly, where we talk about how MGM is morphing into an entertainment company and what that means to the role of revenue management going forward.